Hey guys, what's going on? It's Shen here. Today, it's a little bit of a different video. It's not so much the Let's Play video. No, today's video is a little bit more of an abstract thought process video. It's something new I'm wanting to do. For those of you who watch my Let's Play videos, I do like to get on my soapbox. There is a part of the video series where viewers can ask me any type of question, and it goes into this like quill. And usually I answer that question in the next video. And the past couple questions have been really good ones, more so abstract thoughts and more personal thoughts. So today's video, it's over the concept of choosing yourself may feel selfish, but in the end, it is necessary. So this thought, this very, very hard thought to think, it came up. It's been coming up recently in my own personal life, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it in today's video and make it the main concept of the video. It's something that a lot of people struggle with all the time, and it's something that's pretty hard to grasp for people, especially people that quote unquote like wear their heart on their sleeves, right? Throughout my entire life, I am definitely someone who identifies as I like wear my heart on my sleeve. I take a lot of care in other people's well-being, and that's great. Like people, we need people like that in today's world. Those are great traits to have. But there comes a point in some people's lives where that can end up hurting them. And I'm sure plenty of you are thinking, "Oh, Sam, you're just referring to heartbreak. You're just referring to things that are so basic." And while that might be true and is true, some people just still don't grasp the idea of, and don't like the idea of choosing themselves over other people. And it's an oversimplification, that thought, choosing yourself over someone else. But that is the thought. And let me explain why that is something that even myself I need to work on and other people need to work on. Because eventually, choosing yourself over a situation that won't benefit you, but it might benefit someone else, is something meaningful to think about. Like I said, I was going to get on my soapbox just for a little bit here, just so I can be able to relate to you guys. So, I've had my fair share of moments of choosing others instead of myself. I'm sure we all have. I can refer to like my first relationship in high school. I was madly in love with the girl I fell in love with, and I would have done everything and anything to make her happy. And in doing so, it's just you being naive, right? Young love, first love, whatever, right? You end up losing sight on who you are, who you want to be. But at that age, it's really hard to see that. So I gave myself some grace, and I said, "Okay, Sam, you're okay. This is gonna happen." It took a while to get over it, but we move on, right? Well, next comes the next relationship, and I guess it's packaged in a little bit of a different way than the previous one, but still, same thing happens to me. I put myself in the backseat, and I focus on the person more than myself. And you end up getting hurt again. Now, what I'm trying to get at here is not saying when you're in a relationship you have to focus on you and be completely selfish. That is not what I'm saying. This is something that's a little bit deeper than that, and relates to the idea of you need to work on yourself to be able to and work. It relates to the idea that you need to be able to love yourself first. That you need to be your true love, whatever, right? And that's something that's really hard, even for me. I am not perfect at this. This is something I'm still working on constantly. That you need to have some love for yourself and some grace for yourself. That way you understand who you are, and you understand your tics, what gets you mad, what gets you angry, what you love, what you're passionate about. That way, then when that next relationship comes by, you can still give that person all of your love, but you know that you have self-respect for yourself, and you know what's good for you and what's not good for you. And so if the unfortunate timing happens where you need to let go of that person, not saying it's per se easier to let go of the person, but you have a better identity of who you are, and in doing that, you have a better idea of who the person you want to be, and that sometimes hurts, but a lot of people don't seem to grasp that thought, or a lot of people just don't want to think about that thought, and that's totally valid. It's a hard thing to get through, but choosing yourself now in life is really important, and it depends on what part of life you're in. Right now, I'm freshly out of college, about a year out of college, and I'm at a point where, I'm making my own schedule. I have work, and when you get off work, there's no schedule like school. You're like, okay, you don't have your classes from a certain time to this time, and then you have this planned dinner with like a group you're in, or like if you're in a fraternity or sorority, you have these planned events. Like your schedule is set, so you know what you're doing, or you have a set schedule of all the days you're gonna go out during the week, right? Like those are all things that happen for people in college. But once you leave college, and once you're trying to find a job if you're still in that phase, but B, figuring out what to do with your time, that's hard. And that's where and when I personally try to really choose myself more. And by choosing myself, I meant really trying to think, what am I going to do with my time that makes me happy? Not just anyone, like any of my friends, or what my friends think I should do that would make me happy, or would be cool to fit in, because I wasn't in college anymore. I didn't have to, fit a quota or a stereotype to seem cool to pick up girls or whatever, or just see who can drink the most alcohol in one sitting or whatnot. Like that crap is a bunch of bullshit. Like that doesn't matter when you leave college. What matters is what you do with your time and who you become with your own personal time. And that's something I'm constantly learning. And what I've been doing recently to help at least myself choose myself is picking up new things, or picking up old things and rehashing them. For instance, this YouTube video you're watching, this channel you're watching, I've picked this thing up more times than I can count. I've picked it up and I put it back down. And I'm trying to stay consistent with it, because when I do it, I know I love it. It would happen in periods. It wouldn't happen constantly or consistently. But I'm trying that. I'm also doing something really hard at the same time. I am training for a marathon with my friends. That is really hard. And I don't know why on God's green earth I decided to do this. But my friends wanted to do it, and I wanted to challenge myself. So I was like, you know what? F it. F it. What else is there to do? What else can I do to challenge me to figure out who I am and what is best for me? What will work for me in life? So I challenge whoever's watching this video, try to make yourself busy. Not busy where you don't have a social life. Not that kind of busy. We all need social lives. But try to challenge yourself in a way that you haven't personally challenged yourself in that. But try to challenge yourself in a way you haven't challenged yourself before. See what happens. I promise you, even if you don't stick to that thing you're challenging yourself to do, you will feel better in some way. And doing this work, and being this constantly busy, having something to do from 5:30 in the morning to when you go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, it can be draining, right? But it feels like it gives your life purpose, and in doing so, at least for me personally, I've been able to figure out a schedule that works for me, And every day I wake up, I know what I want to get done. I know exactly what I want to do. Now going back on the topic on where you are in your life, for me that's where I am. If you're watching this video and you're older than me, like older than early 20s, your situation can be different. But or if you're younger than me, or if you're in high school or whatnot, it applies. Choosing yourself is really one of the main factors in the umbrella idea of finding out who you are. And I don't think many people truly get to find out who they are for a very long time. And some people may never. I'm in no rush to figure out who I am, but doing things that make me happy, doing things that are uncomfortable but challenge me, I think it's doing something good for me. I don't know what that is yet, but challenging myself daily to be creative, to be physically active, to push my brain to the limits, and even my body to the limits, is something I'm excited about every day. I'm even trying to learn computer science skills, and my major in college had nothing to do with that, but I'm trying it, and I'm enjoying it. It's hard, but I'm enjoying it. And I'm finding purpose in my days from when I wake up to when I go to bed. And it's a fulfilling feeling. And I'm not taking it for granted. For those who are watching this and still are having a hard time choosing themselves in real life, whether you're in a tough personal situation where you don't feel like you can, that's okay. It doesn't have to happen instantly. But for those who don't choose themselves, after constant heartbreaks, after constant failures, after breakups, whatnot, failed friendships, it tears and wears on the soul. And the soul is, your soul is everything. Your well-being is everything. Your mental health is everything. And you don't have to be selfish when choosing yourself. That's going back to the premise of the video, the title of this video. It sounds selfish for those who don't really know what choosing themselves really means. But choosing yourself can be formed in many different ways, like I've mentioned today. Maybe me being busy all day and having something to physically challenge me and mentally challenge me isn't gonna work for some people watching this. That is totally fine. But I think finding some type of routine or thought process is important for everyone watching this video to figure out what makes them tick. What makes you figure out how to treat yourself with a little bit more grace. Because we treat ourselves so harshly. We are our number one. We are let me start over. We are our biggest critics. By far. It's not even a question. You may think it's others. You may think you need to impress other people. But in reality, it's mostly you feeling like you need to impress other people because you value their opinions on yourself more than you value your opinion on yourself. That sounds like a tongue twister, but it's true. Don't let anyone's opinion ever about you affect the way you think about yourself. Because when that happens, that person's already won. And it's happened to me before. It's actually happened a lot to me before, and it's not fun. You lose sight of who you are, and you get lost in this endless cycle of negative thoughts, feelings towards yourself. It's just something that is hard to get out of alone. And you don't have to go through this struggle alone. You can ask your friends for help. It's not selfish to ask for help. But the scary part is trying to do something that you actually enjoy and not trying to impress other people. Me recording these YouTube videos, for me personally, is something I've had to make a hurdle for. It's something I've had to make a hurdle over. Every time I sit on my chair and almost press record, the first thing I think is, oh gosh, I hope people like this. Oh gosh, I hope my friends will make fun of me. Oh gosh, I hope that one person I knew from a long time ago, or I hope that one person I knew from college doesn't see this and thinks I'm weird. Who gives a shit? That's what I think to myself. Who gives a shit? Do what makes you happy. I think that is the biggest lesson you could take away from this video, and other videos that preach the same thing. This is just me talking about abstract ideas, playing Minecraft. Alright? Just another guy on the internet that is voicing their opinion on personal therapy. But it's working for me, and I know it works for a lot of other people too. That being said, be kind to yourself, be graceful with yourself, and love yourself. Because the person you will spend the most time with for the rest of your life is you. And being able to find a way to love you, to love yourself, it can open up so many doors for you. And it can help you find better ways to love other people around you. So, that's it. I'm off my soapbox for this short video. If you enjoyed this, just let me know in the comments. And if there's any thoughts on this topic, if you think I was too brash about this topic, or you have any opinions on my opinion on the topic of choosing yourself, let me know. I'd love to start a dialogue. And next week, it will be another Let's Play. This week I was a little bit busy with work, and it was just hard for me to get some off-screen progression to move the world along. But, yeah. For those who watch this, thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time. And, like I said earlier, be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Because you're going to be with yourself for a long, long time. So, that's all I gotta say. But, you guys have a good rest of your week. And, hopefully, I will see you guys here next time. Take care.